G'day guys, welcome to the channel. I'm giving you a week on the wrist review of the Rolex Day-Date 36, and I opted in for the yellow gold champagne dial with baton arrow markers. I believe it's the 118328 if I'm not mistaken. 2017 model, and I believe it's the happy medium between modern and vintage. Now, subtle differences with this model versus the current iteration of Day-Dates, but very minor details and differences, right? Like with the hour tracks, or the minute track, so to speak, there's Roman numerals flanking the hours. The date wheel and the day wheel are actually color coded or color matched to the actual champagne dial, so it's all a cohesive look. And in terms of the clasp itself, it isn't a beak hook, it's this weird latch, so to speak. There is no hook, so to speak. As you can probably see here, it's just a hole that goes into the actual hook itself. So it doesn't necessarily lift and unlock. You have to actually pull it off and yada, yada, yada. It actually feels more secure than the modern iterations. But look, 36mm, here's what it looks like on my 17cm wrist. And I think that this watch is very dailyable. I've been wearing it pretty much every single day for the last week, and in different occasions it fits in surprisingly with different themes and attire. So going to work in a corporate environment, I'm wearing my suit, long sleeve shirts, this fits relatively well. But even just cheesing about, just lounging around or going out casually with the family or friends or just chilling at home, it's very dailyable. Like, I don't know if it's because it's the 36 and it's not as substantial as the 40. I don't know if it's the fact that, you know, yellow gold is becoming more normalized. But what I found is that it just suits a lot of different occasions. And I kind of harken back or think about Bruce Williams in YouTube, where he sold his collection and got a Day-Date 40. And that was one of his only watches for a long period of time. I kind of get it. I kind of get that idea and thought of just getting rid of everything and just having this watch essentially. It fits really well. The Prezi bracelet, or the presidential bracelet, it's very silky. And because this isn't a vintage model, the band stretch on it there's no band stretch, right? So there's no stretch whatsoever. It contours the wrist really well, and as you can imagine, there are no micro adjustments on this here, but it doesn't matter. Like, it just fits supremely well. The fact that there's no micro adjust, it doesn't actually impact the watch negatively. Look, I feel like the 36 for my wrist is the more suitable option. It's the more classic option. I could go for a 40 and then just be flash and in your face. However, as a daily or an end game daily, I could really get used to this. Look, I've been wearing it in different occasions, different business meetings, and even when I picked up my watches, and it just gives off a different aura, especially depending on the weather as well. Like, no matter if it's rain, shine, hail, whatever it may be, it just fits in every occasion. And I keep repeating that, but it just truly does. And even with the precious metal in itself, different lighting conditions gives it a different sheen. In lighting conditions like today, it's more muted, but when it's really nice and sunny out, it pops dramatically. But caveat to that is when it's sunny out, all the scratches appears. But whatever, right? Like, even with the scratches, because this is a used example, it's in great condition, but it's a used example. Even with the scratches, it doesn't matter. Like, it kind of gives it that old gold, old money effect where, you know, it's just giving off baller vibes. Like this, I think the use and the aging process of this would make it age really well. Very robust. In terms of accuracy wise, I put it on my timographer, standard Rolex stuff. Power reserve on this is a touch lower than the modern iterations, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Everything works really well. And yeah, like, I'm really glad with this purchase, and I don't see myself getting rid of this because this is the Rolex pinnacle, to me at least. The pinnacle of Rolex has always been the day-date. I can't see myself going back to a sports model because, again, my philosophy, if you don't watch my channel, is one watch per brand. If it wasn't the case, I would have just had all the Rolexes in the world in my watch box, which I did at one point in time. However, I'm glad I finally ended the Rolex journey with this. It's a great watch. I find that it's very hard to find any flaws with this watch. I really do find it difficult to nitpick any flaws, and even like the weight. I don't know, as I mentioned, I don't know if it's because it's 36 mil or whatever. It's smaller in terms of diameter, but it doesn't feel any heavier than like my new Black Bay Tudor 41. That feels quite chunky on the wrist. Maybe it's because of its presence. It's more classy, more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I think that's what makes it wear and feel a bit better on the wrist. But look, without rambling on too long, Day-Date 36, highly recommend you look into one if you're in that end game portion of your watch collecting journey. Funnily enough, I was talking to Watch Craze, the rep, yesterday, and he was like, yeah, the 36 is his grail, so to speak. And he had a sus on this one. He was like, yeah, that's sick. And I'm like, yeah, man, like, it's sick, especially for someone wearing it as young as I am. Like, I'm not that old, but I'm not that young anymore. I'm in my early 30s, and it just gives off aura farming tendencies, if you catch my drift. Like, it's sick. It's honestly, it's the crown of my collection outside of my JLC Reverso Duo Face. But that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I want to make more memories with this watch. I want to pump the hell out of it. And I don't baby my watches. Like, if I'm going to wear a watch or if I'm going to buy a watch, I'm going to wear it in any occasion. I don't give two Fs, right? That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you on the next one. Take care.